Hello, Werner Herzog. Do you remember how many times you've been to Sundance?
Only once.
With which film it was?
Grizzly Man,
Ah,
some 10 years ago or so.
I see you at Telluride more often.
Yes, Telluride is a place I really love.
I know. So, Mike, I'm curious about your interest in the internet. How far back have you been compelled by this subject?
I have not been compelled at all. I barely use the internet for email and sometimes Google Maps, and I don't have a cell phone. So,
Would you
but I
call
do
yourself
it.
a
No,
Luddite?
I have a very limited access to social media and cell phone and all this, but for cultural reasons. You see, I'm not a nostalgic person.
Do you use it as a research tool?
No, I read. I do read, and that's what I keep telling young people who want to apply for my Rogue Film School. For example, I tell them read, 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 read. If you do not read, you still will be able to make films, but they will be mediocre at best. You have to read. And you don't need to read books on filmmaking. Read poetry, read literature from the antiquity, Rome, ancient Greek. It would be best if you read it in Latin or ancient Greek. So that's more the world I would advise to live in.
I minored in classics myself and studied Greek,
Oh, yeah.
so I approve. So, what would be the reason that you decided to delve into the subject?
I was approached by people who wanted to have something similar. I did on the internet, by the way, YouTube. It was a project sponsored by AT&T about texting and driving. Catastrophic accidents happening by mostly young people who were texting while driving, and the number of fatalities and accidents has really shot vertically up into infinity almost. And I made a film for YouTube, which was a phenomenal success on the internet. And now a company approaches me, could we do a similar thing about various aspects of the internet, short clips, 5 minutes long for YouTube, a few of them. And I said, yeah, I think I can do that. But on second day of shooting, it was immediately clear that was the wrong format. It was way too complex, way too deep, way too voluminous to just do it in short clips. And I somehow persuaded the financiers in the production to follow me into a film which now we have here at Sundance.
How did you pick the 10 parts? The
The 10
subjects?
parts just came during editing. I didn't
Let's
pick
go
them.
back to the subjects then. How did you pick them?
You see, you have footage and they come at you and they materialize. They have film footage has its own life, and it just originated during editing.
When you interview the mathematician, the man who's writing the equations, who's giving you the introduction to the UCLA original site of the invention of the internet,
He's actually not a mathematician, he's an electrical engineer.
you seemed, that's where you reveal the title. And when did you know, that instant that he said it, or in editing, that would be the title?
Well, there were two options. One, the first option I had was Titan Rain, which is a code name, given a secret code name by the FBI to the biggest hack that ever occurred some 10 years ago, 10, 11 years ago, probably coming from China, where military, NASA, Wall Street, everything was siphoned of information and data, gigantic in size, and still kind of secret. And I tried to nudge a person who discovered the hack to at least reveal the title, the secret title that was given to it, because he keeps to stay very reluctant, and he tells me, "Oh, I can't speak about that. I cannot reveal that. You have to understand, I cannot speak about this." So I said, "But can you at least verify the name that was given by the FBI, Titan Rain? Can you at least nod?" And he nods and grins. So I thought this was going to be the title because it sounds very mysterious, but then lo and behold, that was the very first internet message. It was actually not lo and behold, but they connected, UCLA connected to Stanford from server to, from computer to computer. And for doing that, they first had to type log in, and they typed in the L, and they had a phone connection. Did the L arrive? Yep, they say. O, did the O arrive? Yep. And when they typed in the G, the computer crashed. So, Kleinrock, Leonard Kleinrock, who is the very first pioneer of this, tells us it's the most beautiful way to name a new epoch with the word lo, like in lo and behold. And I found this very intriguing and put it as a title.
I got a kick out of the interviews that you did with these
I
sort
don't
of
do interviews. I'm
the
not a journalist.
conversations that you
Yes,
had
yeah.
with these visionaries, and I think
Yeah.
especially the one that people used to accuse of being crazy. It felt like you really loved him.
I love them all. I love them all. It's not. It becomes very evident with a few of them, and there's a lot of humor in it. How in a very big warmth in the conversation. You see, a journalist has a catalogue of questions. I have no catalogue. I have no idea what I'm gonna be in, and you see how I'm searching and how I get fascinated and how I start to love. After 2 sentences, you can tell I love this man.
Yes, indeed.
I love, or the
Elon Musk, or
yes, or the roboticist who has robot number 8, the soccer champion, world champion robot. And I ask him, "Do you love Robot 8?" And he says, "Yes, we do love Robot 8." And so you see, there's a great warmth in it.